Alrighty, welcome to another 4-on-4 cube draft. It's got myself, Troll Ascetic, otherwise known as Matt, Team J-Bro, and Sam Rolfe. We are battling against my buddy Mac, Nachito, Updraft Elemental, and Timrod. So we got quite the battle on our hands. 4-on-4 using my cube. You can find it. It's the LSV cube on Cube Cobra. And I'll put a link in the description here. This pack, pretty weak. I'm just going to take Prismatic Vista. 5-color, untapped land. It's effect land, has combos. I think that's better pick one, pack one than Chrome Mox. And after that, it's like, I mean, Lorien Revealed's good. It's not quite Prismatic Vista good. There's Daze, Tundra, Chandra. It's just not a very good pack. So that's fine. I'm passing to Mac, and Timrod is passing to me. Okay, this is a pack. Caracas, Flash, Itali, Pest Infestation. I don't really put Upheaval on the same category as those cards. It's also a Skyclave and a Frantic Search, Ragran Triumph, and Spara's Headquarters. So it's like a pretty solid pack. I'm going to take Flash. I think Flash is a really good card to spec on early. I don't like that Tim knows that I took Flash, or at least knows that there's a possibility, because I feel like he is just going to try to cut cards for that. Is there any thought to just taking Pest Infestation here? This card's also really messed up. Maybe I just take Pest Infestation, pass Mac a pack that has Flash and Itali, and then Tim, knowing he passed Flash, will probably cut something like World Spineworm. All right. I'm going to try doing it. We'll see. I took Pest Infestation. Now I kind of want to take Exploration. I love Exploration. There's also Grief. Grief is good, but Tim also drafts mid-range black a lot. I'm just going to take Exploration here. I'm going to go down a different path. Maybe that Eternal Witness wheels. I don't know. This pack has Duress and cards that are worse. I'll still take Duress here. I'm not passing up on that. That's easy to splash, though. So I'm going to take Duress, pass up on Arcane Denial, Bauble. I'll probably wheel Neshoba Brawler. Yeah, all right. I'll take Duress here. Courser of Crewfix. I'm not that worried about that card. And then next up, we've got Subtlety, Ashen Rider, Inquisition. Okay. Yeah, maybe I take Inquisition. So if Mac took the Grief, I'm cutting that too. I don't really care too much if passing an Ashen Rider, that doesn't really combo with Flash all that well. Like, you can cast it. It's 2 cards that ends up exiling 2 permanents. So it's just okay. There's a Subtlety there as well. Memory Jar. Stuff like that. Okay, Overgrown Tomb looks pretty hard to pass up given where I'm at right now. And there's a Territorial Kavu and a Nature's Lore I'd be kind of interested in. Let's see, 1, 2... yeah, there's a chance I get something back, but I'm still just going to take Overgrown Tomb here. And wow. Persist, Deep Cavern Bat, Bitter Triumph. Well, there's also an Infernal Grasp, but I think that's way worse than Bitter Triumph. So I'm going to take Bitter Triumph. It's the best card. I'm still not really sure what my deck is trying to do here, but black has seemed mega open. I could have had a Grief. Yeah, sure, I wish I had a Grief instead of an Exploration right now for sure, but I think I'm still happy enough taking the Bitter Triumph there. And then now I might just take Grave Titan. I could also take Tribal Flames. This deck still could be a decent domain deck, and at least the Brawler's probably going to wheel. I don't know if Territorial Kavu is very likely to. I could also just take Grave Titan. This just looks like a fine Grave Titan deck. Let's just do that. No reason to get overcomplicated. I just don't think Bone Shards is necessary given that I just took Bitter Triumph. And I do like the double 1-mana disruption play here. Oh, and then a Blooming Marsh. Yeah, I'll take a Blooming Marsh over Daze, Blackleaf Cliffs. Oh, Gitrog Monster, though. This actually... Hold on. It's good with Exploration. It's good with Prismatic Vista. This actually could be a Gitrog Monster deck. Oh, I'm in for that. We're going to try to draft some Gitrogs. I'm not passing Mac and Itali after passing that. And plus, I might end up even playing it. I don't think that's out of the question. This looks like a decent Eternal Witness deck, so we'll take that now too. I think I like Eternal Witness here over Lingering Souls. All right, so right now we're basically green-black mid-range, the best deck that you can draft in Cube. I actually don't mind where we're at here. This deck has 2 good hand disruption spells, a good removal spell. Here, at this point, Am I supposed to take Graveyard Trespasser, Courser, Cryptic? I mean, I guess Courser with Exploration and Gitrog Monster makes sense. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Sorry, Neshoba Brawler, we're not going that direction. Now I guess I will take Ashen Rider, though. I don't think I was supposed to take Tough Cookie or Kinnan. Wow, I'm shocked that Tim passed me Itali after passing Flash. That pack couldn't have been so good that you're supposed to do that. I don't actually mind too much where we're at. I actually really like this direction, and I haven't seen any good blue cards, so losing out on Flash, which I know I could splash, just hasn't been that big of a deal, but I'm just kind of surprised I didn't get cut off more. All right, well, Kavu came back, but at this point I think I'm taking Nature's Lore. The two cards I wanted came back, because this gets a forest untapped, and because I have Overgrown Tomb, turn 2 Nature's Lore, get untapped Overgrown Tomb, duress you. Like, that's a pretty strong pack. Oh, Nurturing Peatland's a black green land and is sick with a Gitrog. You sack it and you draw 2 cards. Okay, I actually really like where we're at. Let's see if we can open cards that support it. Oh, Mox. A beat that I'm passing Worldspine the other direction, because that's just going to show Tim I probably didn't take the Flash, but there's also a Bayou here. I'm not going to hold out hope for the Currency Converter coming back, though. I'm not that greedy. Tarmogoyf might. This is actually a really nice Tarmogoyf deck, too. All right, but we'll slam Mox. Probably slam Mana Vault here. Cast an early Gitrog Monster or Grave Titan. A big Pest Infestation. Yeah, so that Mana Vault over Birds, Shallow Grave, Wooded Foothills, Gristlebrand. There's a lot of black cards in this pack, so kind of like where we're at. I'm getting the feeling, though, that Mac maybe didn't take the Flash because of some of the cards that wheeled, but we'll see. Like Ashen Rider came back. Itali was in the pack with Flash, so that doesn't mean much. This pack has a Shallow Grave and a Gristlebrand in it, which aren't directly cards that combo with Flash, but I don't know. We'll have to see what the next couple packs look like. Well, there's a Jace is a good card. Wasteland's also a pretty great card with Exploration and Courser. It's also Night's Whisper, Liliana Preacher, so a bunch of mid-range cards and a black-green duel, but I already have the Tomb. I have 3 green-black duels, actually. I think I'm going to take Wasteland here. And then if any of these 3 black cards wheel, I'll be happy. If this wheels, Bob, I'll play almost every card in this pack, and Wasteland seems actually quite good in my Gitrog monster deck. Okay. Yeah, Mac probably didn't take the Flash. No, I don't know. There's an Entomb here. It's also from the Catacombs. It's also Channel and Swords. I don't like passing the Swords. Basically, I'm just wondering if I should take Entomb or Catacombs. I should just take Entomb. I don't have any Reanimate spells, but I have 2 good creatures. And passing it from the Catacombs should also keep Tim off the scent a little bit. All right, I've got to take Entomb. Black has just seemed so open from both sides. Oh, wow. And now there's an Oko and a Tar Pit and a Court of Garenbrig. This looks like an Oko deck. I've got a Prismatic Vista. Maybe if I could pick up a blue source for Nature's Lore, that would be good. Passing a Fracture and a Preordain, but I think Oko is good enough that I'm going to go for it. Wow. I mean, this pack has Time Twister and Mystic Confluent, but I'm just going to take Verdant Catacombs. I'll pass the 2 good blue cards. It's fine. I also have a lot of fetch lands. I could really do some good stuff with lands. Should I take this Dark Depths? We haven't seen Thespian Stage. This is actually looking like kind of a Dark Depths deck, too. I've got all the, fetches. I have the Gitrog Monster, Exploration, Eternal Witness, Courser. What else would I take? I would take Regisaur as a way to get a creature into the graveyard. I don't really want Regisaur in this deck that much. Though I guess it's kind of big. There's also Taiga and Botanical. I'll take Dark Depths. This actually looks like a fine place to spec on Dark Depths here. Oh, there's Recurring Nightmare. That's perfect. I was hoping to see that one. I have Entomb and Bitter Triumph to get creatures in my graveyard. I also have a bunch of crappy creatures. I don't care about Scrubland too much or Wall of Roots. I think I have to take the Recurring Nightmare. Sylvan Caryatid and Currency Converter and Bayou, Collective Brutality, Tarmogoyf, they all wield. Man, I love Currency Converter so much. Am I still supposed to just take Sylvan Caryatid? I can't be Bayou at this point. My mana's too good. It's probably got to be Sylvan Caryatid, right? Oh, but I'm a Reanimation deck. I'm going to take the Converter. I feel like, look, and now Delighted Halfling came back. There's also Shallow Grave, but I think this deck actually, Delighted Halfling helps cast Oko, color-wise. Can also just speed out the other things. It's good with Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, I'm just going to take that. Liliana Night. This deck is so open. So if I end up depths, the Reclaimer would be nice. But if I end up in Reanimate, which I kind of already am, this Lily looks kind of nice. This looks like a pretty good Liliana deck. I think I'm just going to take that. I actually wouldn't mind considering an Uro. Though I have Recurring Nightmare, maybe Night of Autumn is better. Yeah, I mean, I do like Uro, but I don't have any green-black or green-blue lands yet. I have Oko. No, this looks like a really nice Uro deck. We'll see. Okay, all these cards are nuts. I think the Sentinel's probably the least likely one for me to pick. Court of Garenbrig's a really strong card. I think I can try to make that work. I'll just take a Trinket Mage. Am I the only green or black player? That's kind of what it's feeling like. I have a million playables going into the last pack, including I already have 4 green-black lands. A green-blue land, like specifically a forest for Nature's Lore, would be pretty nice. And I have this Dark Depths, which is also currently not doing anything, but I mean, I have a basically full deck already built here going into this pack. Obviously, I'm not like done. I could make some improvements. I could use some more powerful cards. Fortunately, this pack doesn't have exactly what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, this pack's kind of a brick actually, because I mean, Wheel of Fortune is good with exploration. Maybe I take Wheel, even though the Taiga sadly is gone. I have Mox Emerald and Mana Vault. Also, Currency Converter Wheel's pretty strong. You play a Converter, and then you cast Wheel and it fills up the Converter. Yeah, I have a Prismatic Vista. If I get a Stomping Ground, I'll get a lot of different types. I think Wheel could actually be good. Part of the problem is if I don't take Wheel, what am I taking? A Grim Monolith? I don't think Grim looks that good here. Lutry's cool, but I'm not really that close to being able to cast Lutry. I don't care about Regrowth, K-Command, Dark Confidant, Dax, 2 unsplashable. Lion's Eye doesn't do much for me. Let's just take the Wheel of Fortune. And then this pack, ooh, I guess I could take Flooded Strand. It's kind of far away from where I am, but I feel like I will get there on that. Alternately, I could take Watery Grave, which actually might be better because at this point, because Watery Grave helps cast Uro and Oko can get fetched off Verdant. Yeah, I don't care about Crop Rotation, and it'll probably Wheel. There's also Deluge and Fatal Push, but I think I'll just take Watery Grave. I have so many playables already. There's Necromancy. I can't really pass that. I do like Marsh Flats, and Goryo's Vengeance could be good, but this looks like a solid place for Necromancy here. I don't think I'm supposed to Crucible either. Now there's Vamp Tutor, Exhume, Brain Freeze, and Hex Drinker, and Retrofitter, but I'm not Retrofittering. I think I'm probably going to Vamp Tutor. This deck's got Entomb. Having a Tutor when you have Entomb in your deck is pretty nice. All right, and this pack has Oracle of Moldiah. I'm not super into that. Nissa. Do I have any elementals to get? No, not Uro either. No, I don't even have any. Do I even know elves either? Wow, okay. Outland Liberator is a totally fine card. Elder Gargaroth's a fine card. Witherbloom Command is pretty good, but I do have a lot of spells already. I might just take Oracle here. This actually could be a fine Oracle deck. I've got a lot of mana acceleration. Okay, I like Sylvan. Oh, I like Animate Dead. I'm just going to take that. All right, 6-pick Animate Dead. Sure. Oh, I like Zagoth Triumph and Sylvan a lot, but obviously I'm not passing Animate Dead. So at this point, I think the Uro's not looking like a card we want. We're a couple cards over for sure. I mean, Court of Garenbrig, I don't know. I guess maybe I'll side that in. I like Court with more 1-drops than I have. I think keeping Oko in is still fine. This Wheel of Fortune, maybe I don't end up playing. I think as it currently stands, I probably wouldn't play it, but we'll have to see. Well, as much as I love Lurrus, this is definitely a Grist deck. Grist is just so good with Recurring Nightmare. It's good with Oracle, good with Get Rog Monster. It's just a great card. So I will take Grist here. And that was pick 7. We get 1 new pick, though we're not really missing anything. I suppose we could always use more lands. Currently we're at 15 lands plus the Mox and a Nature's Lore. So I kind of have to cut a card. I mean, I might also just cut Nature's Lore because I would rather have a land over it when I have Courser and Oracle. This pack has Angrass Rampage. I'm not that likely to play. Nissa could be good with all this acceleration. There's also Arboreal Grazer, which is kind of nice with Recurring Nightmare. But I already have Exploration, Oracle. Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. I'll take the Nissa and I'll probably side it. I don't think I want Restless Events either. The Wheel of Fortune is not looking mission critical here or anything. All right, so Bob came back. Don't care about that. My curve is a little bit too high. There's Scavenging Ooze, which is fine, but I'm like the only animate player. I guess it would stop me from other people from taking it. Could play Spellseeker. Could play Ulvenwald Oddity. This looks like a kind of decent Ulvenwald Oddity deck. Like I just cast it and attack. Yeah. There's also Gemstone Caverns, but I think I'm just going to Oddity here. And maybe take out Nature's Lore and take out one more card. It could be the Oddity, I don't know. Oh, Deluge and Fatal Push and Urborg. Also Crop Rotation, but sadly the depths didn't get there. I think I'd rather have... Actually, this deck's probably just on Fatal Push, I think. This deck's kind of got a lot of creatures. Fatal Push seems like it'd be pretty good. Maybe I'll side the Oddity. Maybe I'll side the Fatal Push, I don't know. Goryo's Vengeance can get back a Tali or Gitrog monster. I'm just going to hate an Oust, I think. And this pack... Oh, I actually kind of like Deadly Dispute with Mana Vault. That's one of my, like, little mini combos I enjoy, but I'll just hate the Ranger Captain probably. Oh, all the green-black cards came back, as usual. Let's just take Outland Liberator. I kind of like Liberator. No, actually, I'll take Witherbloom. Witherbloom is maybe a sideboard card, but is a high payoff one. I can't Valakut. I don't think I'm going to Lotus Field. I didn't end up with any of getting the land back for free cards. Oh, last pick, Bazaar. Bazaar Currency Converter? That'd be kind of interesting. All right, so currently this is, I think, like one card over. Because I kind of want to play 16 land plus Mox Mana Vault. I'm actually okay with that. And my mana's got to be pretty good. Like, with one island, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue sources, plus Delighted Halfling and Currency Converter to cast this Oko. That seems sufficient. And 1, 2, 3... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black. I could probably actually play one more swamp anyway. And then the rest forests. So then I'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green. And 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 black. All right, this looks pretty good. I just need to cut one card. It's got to be either Fatal Push. I mean, I could be Courser, but I kind of like Courser and Oracle and with Gitrog and Exploration. And I have a couple ways to clear off the top of my deck. It feels fine. I think Fatal Push also, because when we look at our teammates' decks, 2 of my teammates are red aggro. So this feels like a pretty good start here. Not playing Fatal Push, Wheel, Nature's Lore, Court of Garenbrig, Ulvenwald Oddity. Though I guess if they're not aggro, Court of Garenbrig could get in, but I feel like I'm not going to be ahead on board as much as I would want. Getting a creature in there could be good. This Recurring Nightmare is a little light on things to feed it too, but remember, I do have Grist, I have Oko, I have Pest Infestation, and I have Converter. So I have those 4 things plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and Halfling. Yeah, I think I'm okay on creatures for Recurring Nightmare. Obviously, it's not the easiest, but I think it'll be doable. All right, I think this is what I'm going to go with. Let's take a look at my teammates' brews. So Troll Ascetic is on a red aggro deck that has Mox, Ruby, and Mana Crypt and Strip Mine, with Lothari, Fable, Stormseeker, Palantir, a bunch of talismans. So basically just red aggro with a Mana Leak, a Prismari Command, a DAC for blue, and a Get Lost and Lothari for white with Volcanic, Seachrome Coast, Gemstone Caverns. Yeah, this deck looks pretty solid. I think this deck will do just fine. Mox, Ruby, Mana Crypt is great. Oh, is that a Black Lotus and a Lion's Eye? And a Time Twister? What are we doing with this? This is Sam Rolfe with the Natural Order Tinker deck. So heated up on Tinker plus Natural Order. I love it. The Lore Revealed can get Portal, Craterhoof, Gruff Triplets. Has a Balance and a Channel in there and a bunch of Mana Dorks. Okay. I like it. And then this is J-Bro on Mox Diamond, Lightning Bolt, Ragavan, bunch of Dorks, Gut, Parallax Wave, Solitude, Caves of Chaos Adventure. Yeah, these look nice. These decks look solid. Let's get to round 1. Let's see how this goes. Oh, and Mac did take the Flash, by the way, and the Grief. So I feel pretty good about my positioning given those 2 things. We'll see where he ended up once we get to battling here. Alrighty, time for round one. Battle against Updraft Elemental here, and oh, look at this hand. Little vulnerable if the halfling dies, but I mean, we've got turn 1 halfling, turn 2 I can Pest Infestation, I could also Bitter Triumph, and then set up for Recurring Nightmare on Angel. So it's going to be a pretty good game for me if this halfling lives. And we've got a bunch of red drafters on my team, so seems like it's got to be a little more likely. All right, turn 1 island go. Let's cast Recurring Nightmare here. Okay, that resolved. Now I just need Updraft to play a creature or planeswalker so I can Bitter Triumph it. Not great. Don't want them just playing nothing. Fetch land would be kind of nice here. Necromancy, huh? That's a reasonable backup plan to Recurring Nightmare. Okay. Is this a Malcolm? Or it looks like Brazen Borrower, maybe. Brazen Borrower on that, sure. Okay. If my Mox gets blown up, things get bad. Cataxian Probe's pretty nasty here, because now Updraft knows not to play anything. Don't play artifact or creature or enchantment. Don't play a creature or planeswalker. Don't, but I'm not doing anything. So if they just go land, it's just kind of bad for me. Okay, I still really would like to draw a fetch land here. All right, I'm going to play Delighted Halfling, I guess. I assume this is going to get countered. Oh, no, okay. Let's just pass the turn. Pretty cool to not ever draw another land, Okay, is this... Oh, Vendilion Click. Oh, but now that I'm tapped out, you can take the Bitter Triumph. Well, turns out not drawing lands was bad. What do I want to do here? I guess I really just want to draw like a currency converter now. This has been such a beating. If I just drew a land, I could just have had Bitter Triumph up, but I guess I probably would have still played Grist, to be honest. Oh, he took Ashen Rider. Okay. Sure, I guess you could play it that way, but I just found a Grave Titan, so that worked out kind of nicely. Okay, I'll take some damage here. And what do we got? Palace Jailer. I see. Well, again, if I never draw a land, I'm going to lose this game really badly, which is kind of a shame because it was such a good opening hand. But, all right, there's a land. Now let's start with, I think, just Grist. And the reason I'm playing Grist here is, first of all, if I mill a good creature, I could Recurring Nightmare. That actually would have been disgusting and milled an Natali. But mostly it's that if I have a Grist token in play, all I need to do is cast Bitter Triumph, discard Grave Titan, and then I can immediately Recurring Nightmare. So I think casting Grist is better than just casting Bitter Triumph. If they have a removal spell and they can kill my token, then I can attack my Grist down, then yeah, that ends up not working out great for me. But I'm kind of behind. I don't think just casting Bitter Triumph there was necessary. Intrepid Adversary. Oh, so that's going to kill my Grist. Well, on the one hand, yes, it kills the Grist, but on the other hand, now I don't have to block the Palace Jailer, which means I get to... Oh, they just have one blocker? Oh, this is going to work out kind of nicely, I think. Really would still like to draw lands, though. Currency Converter. Because what I could do is I could Bitter Triumph to kill the adversary, attack, become the Monarch, and then put Grave Titan into play. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. So let's discard a card. Target Intrepid Adversary. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's do it the right way. Let's get the full value. Cast Currency Converter first. And then cast with additional cost. Discard a card on Intrepid Adversary. Discard Grave Titan. I will, in fact, exile it from my graveyard because I can just put it back into my graveyard momentarily. All right. And then I get to attack with this Insect token, assuming Bitter Triumph resolves. If it doesn't, then I will just Recurring Nightmare back my Grave Titan and take another hit from the Vendilion Click, I suppose. Okay, we're mounting a little bit of a comeback here, despite being stuck on effectively 2 lands until turn 6 or whatever, which was kind of a beat because we had 2 lands to play on turn 1, but I've got some pretty good stuff going here with my various engines. Assuming Upcraft lets me do this thing. I don't really know what's going on. Could this be an Ephemerate? Because if you had Ephemerate, you could just... well, maybe it is, actually. I guess you could Ephemerate the Palace Jailer, but then I would get to still... I think that Converter was actually kind of an insane draw, because it ended up basically drawing me a 2-2. Okay, so they're Force of Negationing the Bitter Triumph. Sure, in that case, I'm going to... oh, wait, tap this. Make a 2-2. Recurring Nightmare of the Grave Titan, sacking the insect token. Make a bunch more 2-2s. All right, I'm at 14. I've also got another Reanimate lined up, and I have Witness. Pest Infestation would also be nice at some point here. Let's see. Hopefully my Grave Titan doesn't get owned. Okay, so they take the initiative. I mean, that's pretty good. They got a plane, so they're just blue-white. Can attack me down to 10. Oh, it gets to explore. Revealing Feywild Caretaker. I'm probably going to lose now. Because I'm at 9. Next turn I take 7. Yeah. I guess I am going to lose. Let's see. I can attack. Yeah, I mean, I will attack with everything. And make 2 more tokens. But I don't really see how I end up winning here. I mean, I get to take the initiative, because the problem is the V-Click next turn attacks me down to... they can play Feywild Caretaker, make this a 7 attack, and then hit trap. So how do I get out of that? Their top card being that. I guess I don't have any flyers, but I guess the Dungeoneer can also hit me. All right, let's get an island. So now I have some mana. I can Witness, but I can't cast anything with the Witness. Recurring Nightmare. Oh, no, Recurring Nightmare does actually do something here. Okay, so what I can do now is I'll play the island, sure. Let's go Recurring Nightmare. I mean, if I get countered here, I get countered. Nothing I can do about that. I can Grist. Yeah, the problem is if I Grist the Dungeoneer, I still just die to the Feywild Caretaker. I could... yeah, I mean, I could Grist the adversary and then the Palace Jailer also dies. Their top card's a Feywild Caretaker, huh? So if I put Grist into play, I can -2 it, kill the Dungeoneer. Next turn they go Caretaker. Attack. Yeah, no, I still die. Well, I guess I might as well let them see it. All right, I can Recurring Nightmare back the Grist. Oh, I'm getting Containment Priested. I actually don't think that stops Grist. Yeah. So I'm really glad I did that, because now I know about Containment Priest. I still basically die, so it seems a little bit pointless, but sack the Grave Titan, kill the Seasoned Dungeoneer, and pass the turn. Draw. I mean, I draw for the turn. Oh, get Rug Monster. Maybe they screw this up. Maybe they attack with Vendilion Click for... oh, there's actually no way to screw it up. Because if you attack with Vendilion Click first, then you end up... actually, I should kill the Containment Priest. Yeah. Either way, like this now gets them the initiative, and then they get to trap me here. So I'll just let them cast their Feywild Caretaker, I suppose. All right, well, that was a pretty annoying game to lose, because I feel like if I had just drawn like 1 land and been able to cast spells, I could have won. But unfortunately, this matchup actually does look pretty tough. Containment Priest, Force of Negation, and a bunch of initiative creatures is a lot. All right, and that'll do it. All right, down a game here, but mostly to just getting stuck on 2 lands. All right, so sideboarding. Definitely want Fatal Push in this matchup. Don't want Court of Garenbrig. I actually like Ovenwald Oddity when we're talking Monarch stuff. Duress honestly looked kind of bad. Like, I know that there's Force of Negation in there, but it was all creatures. And I like Mana Vault still. I like Inquisition still. I might just take out Courser because it's just not the strongest card. All right, let's try this. All right, time for game 2. I'm on the play. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to mulligan this hand. Didn't see any Pest Infestation targets, but I might just cast Pest Infestation for a bunch on turn 2 anyway. Like, I can just go turn 2, cast Pest Infestation, put 4 tokens into play. I could even wait 1 additional turn. Probe's annoying because it just means if Updraft even had a Pest Infestation target, they just wouldn't play it. All right. Preordain. What is my best draw? Currency Converter, honestly, what would be one of my best draws here. Oracle Moldiah could be decent. Gitrog Monster would actually be really sick. So basically, I just need to draw any of my like slightly more expensive cards. But especially after last game, I assume I'm just going to draw lands here. Let's see. Inquisition, that's a card for sure. Inquisition you. Path, Samwise, Spellqueller. Trishana's Tidebinder. Hold on. Left, 1 on top, so they don't know their top card currently. Do I want to take Spellqueller or Tishana's Tidebinder? I don't think I want to take Path or Samwise here. I kind of think I take Spellqueller because it has flying. That looks like actually I should just run this out, right? Yeah. Pest Infestation, kill Mana Vault. And then I think it's worth killing the Mana Vault. I don't really think I'm going to untap it. And I'd rather not take a bunch of damage. All right, because then next turn I can just witness it back. Maybe I should have kept Mana Vault and then untapped it 2 turns from now. I don't know. And then I can cast Witness here. Oh, Recurring Nightmare. That's kind of interesting. It's not good right now, but that one actually has room to grow, so I could see that being good. All right, and then I'll play Eternal Witness and get back. Oh, do I want to get back Pest Infestation, or do I get back... Actually, I think I just get back Inquisition. Then I Inquisition here, and then I trade off Witness and then cast Recurring Nightmare next turn. Yeah, that seems great. You can play your Samwise, no targets. I get to probably take the Tishana's Tidebinder. Oh, there's Brazen Borrower and Path. Yeah, I'll take Tidebinder. I just don't think... Look, if Updraft wants to Path my Eternal Witness, I'm okay with that. Okay, so... something like this. All right, draw. Island was not a good draw, but not a complete brick. All right, slam. Yeah, block there. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Petty Theft, one of the insects. And then cast Recurring Nightmare. And then Recurring Nightmare back Eternal Witness here. And I'm just going to get back Pest Infestation. And I'm going to... Oh, they drew Force of Negation? Okay. That was their one new card. Well, they had to pitch Feywild Caretaker, so now they have Path and nothing against my Insectos. All right. Slam. Go to 8. And if I draw an animation spell, that's great. Oh, what is this? Skyclave on my Mox. Sure. But it also stops my pests. All right, time for some action. Any action? No, but I will sack it. Okay. Well, if I draw a black source, I'd have to draw it kind of soon because the Brazen Borrower is going to be a little annoying. But, oh, I should have actually played my... Oh, no, I played my Nurturing Peat land that turn. Maybe I should have played Forest the turn earlier, but I do have Currency Converter. Okie dokie. I guess I have to draw something. I'm going to attack with a Pest token and hope that they block. Okay, nice play. Boom. Kill your Hero of Bladehold now. Play a land. All right. They have Path and Exile, and that's it. Nothing else in hand. Giver of Runes, sure. All right. Black Source is okay. I'd really rather just draw like a good spell instead, but Black Source is fine. If I draw a green source, it's going to be kind of a beating. This has been a pretty interesting game. Traded off a lot of cards here. Unbelievable how bad that is. Oh my god. Okay. This game felt like it wasn't like going very badly, but they have pretty much matched and exceeded my draws every turn. Are they going to path? They're not going to path a Pest token. That would be so weird. I don't see it. Yeah, there's no way. They must not have been thinking about that, I would assume. At some point, maybe they'll draw like another land, and that would be nice. Though I guess an island unlocks Brazen Borrower, so of course, yeah, they're not going to draw plains. That would be too easy. What do I need to draw? I mean, if I draw Gitrog Monster, I really don't mind where I'm at. Swamp to Liliana here is not exciting, but I would play it. I guess I would just minus it. All right, I'll take it. I'm at 19. And pass the turn. Gitrog Monster. Their hand right now is a Path to Exile, but I don't really have a choice. So, because this gets me to Liliana, and means if I draw a Grave Titan, I can cast it. So I pretty much have to just cast that. All right, there goes Brazen Borrower. I mean, I assume you just path it. Like, it's kind of crazy to just let that stay in play. You could draw first to see if you have like a sorcery speed way to kill it or something, but all right, Swamp. Pass the turn. I still have a decent amount of life points. Updraft just has one new card. All right, I'll go to 14. Lily's going to buy me a little bit of time because it'll eat one of those creatures plus the Brazen Borrower will attack it, presumably. Okay, you sack a creature. And I assume it's the Skyclave. I guess it could be the Giver, but that seems like it'd be a weird play to make. All right, play an Overgrown Tomb tapped, pass the turn. No attacks. All right. All right. Any spells? Any of my animate spells also great. I can animate Eternal Witness. I could potentially animate one of their things if I wanted to. And action. Okay. Grist is good. It's not the perfect solution, but I can +1 Grist. Hopefully mill a land. Oh, mill a Vamp. That's not exactly what I wanted to mill. But it's going to buy me basically 6 life, and I get to make a couple tokens out of the deal, which seems fine. Sure. Yeah, that's not great. I was already kind of losing, and now I'm just straight up dead. Like, they just Ancestral 3 new cards. What can I draw here? I guess I can draw... I mean, I guess I could just draw a Grave Titan and cast it, but I don't think that that's very likely to succeed given that their new hand of cards. They're going to play like a Seasoned Engineer now. Oh, Palace Jailer, sure. All right. And a Portable Hole, sure. I don't really know what I'm supposed to draw to get out of this at this point. I mean, I guess Grave Titan is probably where it starts. All right. I've had enough. All right, well, a disappointing round one. On to round two. Alrighty, time for round two. Playing against Mac, who is on a blue-black deck. I think he's Lutri, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. I kind of feel like I don't have a good feeling about this deck. I feel after round one, where it's like it just like everything went wrong over and over again. It feels like this deck is not. I mean, this is kind of what happens when you draft a deck that doesn't have like card selection. I have a currency converter, but that's about it. Okay, well, I guess I take Chrome Mox here. Yeah, and he got the World Spine from the other direction, of course. Well, that puts him on a one-lander. That actually could end up going pretty nicely. I'm just going to play this tapped because I don't really see a reason or I would cast Bitter Triumph on turn two. All right, he didn't draw a land. Yeah, look at this. All right, well, whatever. I'm just going to +1 this and discard... getting dazed, sure. Yeah, that at least sets Mac back a turn. Not that he necessarily even had a play to make. All right. Like, every time I draw Exploration, it's like when there's no lands in my hand. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm still going to lose this game despite him not playing a land on turn two. I drew an island. I'm going to kill this Malcolm, I guess. I don't know. He didn't play a land first. I'm just going to pay 3 life. If he plays a land and a Thief of Sanity now, it's not great. All right, he didn't play the Thief. All right. I mean, I'm a ticking time bomb. Yep, now he draws his land. So now I need to draw a land or a play. Otherwise, Thief of Sanity is just going to... Oh, Spellseeker for Flash. Flash I can beat with this Grave Titan. So, but I do need to draw a land here. Oh, this is just killing me. I mean, so far my draws have been... I had Courser my opener, but I've drawn an island, a swamp, and 3 green cards. Like, let's go. Let's go. All right, there's the forest. I guess we'll play Grave Titan. Could have had that out like 3 turns ago. 2 turns ago, I guess. So you flash in worms. I can block a worm and take 10. And then I can kind of win the game from there. But obviously if Mac has a way to kill my Grave Titan, I just lose. And that might have been true regardless. But like imagine I had played Grave Titan the turn before. Then he would have had to spend a turn killing that instead of flashing. And I get to play a Gitrog monster, which also can block all the worm tokens. So, yeah, basically... I end up losing pretty badly here when I feel like I could have easily won if I had just drawn a green. But, I mean, I'm dead, right? I can play... I mean, I guess I can play Courser. And if I draw a green off the top, I could have gone to 2, played Gitrog, triple block. Nah, I'd still pretty much die. All right, well. All right. Game 1. Don't really want Fatal Push. I definitely want all the Entomb stuff. Don't want Court of Garenbrig. Not against like their like max like flyers like he had like Malcolm. I think Witherbloom could be okay. I think Exploration's a fine card to have in this deck. It just, you know, if I just get the worst possible draws every single game, all my cards are going to look really bad. Like I have not had a chance to like demonstrate that any of these cards are good. And you know, that'll just happen. I guess I'll take the Courser out now and see how this goes. On the play here, losing to someone who didn't play a land on turn 2 and didn't do anything the first basically 5 turns of the game. Yeah, I mean, I got to keep this hand. So here I can go turn 1 Duress, and I could just see what I draw on turn 2. Yeah, because I could vamp, but I can't vamp Entomb. Basically, if I had one more land on turn 2, I could vamp. Like if I had a swamp, I could turn 2 vamp for Entomb and Entomb. But I don't have that, so I think I'm just going to go turn 1 Duress and then see what I can set up. Take Stern Scolding and a hand with all flyers, but this Wasteland is going to be pretty nice. Let's just draw for the turn. Okay, I drew Verdant, so that's awesome. So let's go Wasteland, pass the turn. I actually think I'm just going to vamp for Mox Emerald here. And where does it go? Mox Emerald. Because then I don't have a like necromancy line exactly lined up. I get Overgrown Tomb here. But I get to go Grist. And I guess I should probably tap black. And then from there, I could set up a necromancy or something, especially if I mill something big. Any action? Recurring Nightmare's not terribly what I was hoping. But this kind of makes Deep Cavern Bat not that great of a play either. All right, +1 Grist. Missed again. So max hand. He's got Malcolm, which is what he's going to play this turn. I'm just deciding if I want to cast Pest Infestation to make 2 1/1s. It doesn't really feel like that's a very good use of my mana. Okay, in comes Malcolm. Might not have a third land because we don't know about a land, but obviously it wouldn't be surprising. And then attack me because he needs to get his loot going. Plus, if I leave up Necromancy, I could steal and animate if he's doing that. That would be funny. Discard Zagoth Triumph, so definitely found a land. And now he's going to play that. All right, so then now I just draw. I swear it's good. Sack this, kill the Thief of Sanity, and Necromancy the Thief of Sanity. I don't really have any great play other than that, and sure, I'll cast the Exploration in case I draw an Oracle and play Oracle. Now, if Malcolm hits, the question is, do I block it with Thief? All right, Flash. Okay, Flash Atroxa. Hit Time Walk. Okay. So Mac's last card is Deep Cavern Bat +1 unknown. And he's going to get Dressed Down in hand. Probably Trespasser in hand. Or maybe Spellseeker Curtains. I don't know. We'll see. Time Walk. All right, whatever. Marsh Flats into Time Walk here, presumably. And he could attack. I mean, now that I know he's casting Time Walk, I would just block. But let's see. Show game log. You got Spellseeker, Dress Down, and Marsh Flats, as well as the Time Walk. Okay. And does Spellseeker have a 1-mana removal spell it can get? Oh, it has Bone Splinters, I guess. We do know about that, or Bone Shards. Reanimate. Oh, and we're just going to reanimate Atroxa. Okay, you get 10 more cards. Grief, Demonic Tutor, Arcane Denial. So on my turn, I can Grist to kill the Atroxa. It puts me at basically no permanence. I don't really care about that. That wasn't doing anything anyway. And Nurturing Peatland. I guess I will sack that to draw a card. I can play it because of Exploration. Sack Insect. I mean, we're just dead here. I can kill Atroxa, but I'm sure Mac can reanimate it. Attack with the Thief of Sanity to force the block because it just gets worse for me. Pass the turn and be prepared to be 0-2. Oh, yeah. Look, let it not be said that I only upload drafts where I win, because that sure ain't this one. To be fair, most of my opponent's decks have seemed pretty good. I mean, and I have just had the worst possible draws I could imagine, so not really surprised I'm getting trounced here. Like, if Mac has another animate, he can just DT and animate. He can play Preacher, sure. And animate dead? Okay. I mean, let's animate dead Atroxa. Let's see if somehow this works, then I mean, it probably has a counterspell or something. I don't know. What is this? Oh, he has the dress down, sure. Well, that's fine. Let's put Atroxa into play, pass the turn. I have an Atroxa now at least. And then you can DT, but he does have to get rid of the Atroxa now. So Animate did trade kind of nicely there. What else can I draw from this position? Oracle or Gitrog Monster could always be decent. I know Matt can kill the Atroxa with, Shieldred's Edict, among others. And then now he gets to attack with those two things. Snapcaster Mage on Reanimate Atroxa. I mean, the third Atroxa is probably enough for me. All right. I've had enough. We're at 0-2. Let's try to get the last one, shall we? Alrighty, time for round 3. We're playing against Timrod on blue-red, and it's time for redemption or something. Not the best hand, but I'll definitely keep it because any animate spell, and I have an Atali in play very early, and I just do get to start out with a duress, which is nice. So yeah, this looks pretty solid to me. Look, we are in a position to draw a card that could win us the game very easily. Any of the animate spells do that with Entomb, and I have duress to slow them down. Can't really ask for a whole lot more than that. All right, there's an exploration on turn 1. I can actually use exploration for how it's supposed to be used. I'll just crack the fetch here, I think. Swamp, duress you. Okay. Leyline Binding, so it's a Jeskai with 1 ring, Sword Splashers, Leyline Binding. All right, I'm just going to take the 1 ring here. I don't really care too much if he's got some removal for me. I think on upkeep, I am going to Entomb Atali. I really don't want to draw Atali here. Okay. Atali Primal Conquer, draw for the turn. I drew a 4-mana card. Now I can't cast it because I cast my thing. But it's actually, I wouldn't really want to cast this turn anyway because of the Swords to Plowshare / Leyline Binding. I'd rather play Oracle having had no lands played yet so that I can try to do that. All right, drew a Mountain. So he's got a bunch of removal up. 2 removal spells in hand. Let's go Oracle. All right, well, at least that's a Necromancy. So the one thing that's annoying about Necromancy is if it gets leylined in response, then it didn't kill my Oracle. Huh. You can leyline Necromancy and the Atali never comes into play, so I can't cast Necromancy into untapped mana. I'm really confused as to why this Oracle is still alive. All right, I will draw for the turn. Okay, land. Odd, but I'll take it. I'll crack this, because if I hit another land, no. Oh, I guess he is very Mastermind, which he can also activate end of turn. Let's cast Liliana here. Make you sacrifice your Fairy Mastermind. Okay, so he's activating it. Draw. I mean, I could vamp for a land, but I don't really see a reason to do that. All right, and then I hit, and then next turn I've got Oko plus Necromancy. I could vamp, but I think Oko is actually a fine card to have. I kind of don't want Tim to have another white source, actually. Oh, he has a tapped white source. So now he's going to tap out. What are we casting here? Comet Stellar Pup. Okay, let's go. Okay, he didn't hit the 6. He's returning something or dealing damage. But I'm going to get to Atali here. Oh, I could also set up Vamp Atali. Ooh. So he nugged my Oracle. Okay, so let's draw Oko. And let's cast Necromancy. Okay, Necromancy Atali. And since that's coming into play, I am going to vamp here. I could get Recurring Nightmare. I could get Grave Titan. Grave Titan sounds pretty good here. So it's Vamp for Grave Titan. Itali. Hit Flame Slash. I guess I'll just exile it. And Grave Titan. Wow, I just bricked. That's a shame. And then I get to +1. And discard Ashen Rider. And past the turn, you got Leyline Binding and Oliphant plus a new card in hand. Comet probably shouldn't be that bad. Let's see. All right, Comet hits and makes 2 squirrels. Okay. And then I guess you can do some use some white spells to kill my stuff here, but I still end up with 2 zombie tokens and an Oko. Missing on Itali off his side was pretty unfortunate. Okay, Swords Itali, it's gone. Yeah, getting Recurring Nightmare wouldn't really work here. And then Leyline Binding the Grave Titan, I would imagine. All right. And 1 card left. Comet versus the World, kind of. Oh, what's this last card? Trumpeting Carnosaur of the Liliana. Sure. All right. Let's draw. I guess I'll just attack the Comet. I could Oko and make one of my zombies into a 3/3, but that seems worse than doing this. All right. Comet down. Well, not down. Down 2 loyalty. +2. Pass the turn. All right. It's going to see how much Comet does here. Comet gets activated. Makes 2 squirrels. Can't really attack Oko for too much value. Well, I mean, you can, but... So Tim had to have drawn something here, or he's just going to lose Comet. So, all right, I guess we'll find out what it is in a second, because I don't sure as hell have anything. All right. Attack Comet for 5. I don't really have another play. Yep. Snuff out. All right, so Comet goes down to 3 here. All right, so he drew a Snuff out. I need to draw something. Comet makes 2 squirrels. You can attack Oko down to 1. Okay, need to draw a spell. Let's see what we got. The usual. I guess I'll make my zombie into a 3/3. Don't really have a better play than that. Attack Comet. Okay, and Comet could actually die now if it rolls the wrong one. Play a Watery Grave, I'll pass the turn. And he hasn't rolled any 6s, so that part's been nice. Okay, did he do roll the damage with Comet? Yes. Okay. So Comet's down. Oko's down 2. And he's got his 2 cards, but one of them was nothing last turn, so I assume that one of them isn't too bad. I've drawn a Delighted Halfling, which I actually think does open the door for me to attack here, since Delighted Halfling can keep all the squirrels back. All right, Recurring Nightmare. That's the card I want to draw the most. Currency Converter would also be pretty sick. And Tim just drew a fetch land, so he's bricked 2. Oh, this game is really coming down to the wire here. Oh, Eternal Witness. That has to be incredible. All right. Hopefully one of the cards stuck in hand isn't a counterspell. It is not. All right. Eternal Witness. Oh, it's pretty obvious. I think I just get Necromancy. Cast Necromancy. I'm just going to play my land so I don't get mana leaked. Necromancy. Because now I get to Necromancy the Ashen Rider. Ashen Rider to the Leyline Binding. And... Alright. Now we're obviously... I drew 1 card that put 5 creatures into play. So... Yeah, I'll trade off a Halfling for those. I don't really think the Halfling does too much. Also, like, almost all of Tim's win equity now is from a Wrath of some kind. So, and if he had a Wrath already, he would have chumped Phantasmal Image Ashen Rider to kill the Grave Titan. Okay. Oh, he's going to do that. Oh, to kill my own Ashen Rider. Is that better? I don't know that that's better than... Oh, he could have had the Phantasmal Image in hand for a while. There was no good targets. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to attack with everything then. Getting another attack with the Grave Titans. Oh, and then touch the Spirit Realm. Wow. So, okay. So I guess he kind of had it all. Interesting. Any pest infestations? No. Courser's okay, though. All right. Courser of Crufix. Forest. Drawing Grist. All right. I like that. I'm at 19. Pass the turn. Next turn, I'm going to get to go Grist and kill your Ashen Rider. Is presumably the plan. And then that gets to exile either the Grist or the Courser, but then I get to attack with everything. This has been a wild game. Pest Infestation would also break this game open. Pest Infestation is going to be really good. Hi, Jules. Good girl. If I ever find it, basically. Oh, you're attacking first. Okay. Let's see. Draw Grist. Play Forest. Mana Vault, the worst. What happens if I attack with everything? Block Witness, double block a zombie, take 7? Yeah, I mean, I will attack with everything. I don't think it really helps to wait. Okay. Take 7, you're at 3. I'm going to play Grist now. I think I'm just going to +1 the Grist, because it mills the Mana Vault, so it's like drawing an extra card. There's a Mox. And Angel attacking means that I can just attack back for lethal here. Okay. What a grind. All right, so that was game 1. Nissa looks kind of nice. Blows up all those enchantments. Witherbloom Command kills Fairy Mastermind, but that's about it. Court of Garabrig now. What do I want to cut here? I think Liliana is okay. Witness. I could cut the Exploration. I could cut Courser. Maybe I just cut Courser and Exploration and then bring in like Ulvenwald Oddity to attack Comet. I'll just try that instead, I suppose. I don't know. The Exploration seemed like it would be fine, but it's been pretty abysmally bad every time. It wasn't even that great this game. I guess it was okay. I did play it on turn 1, but overall was not fantastic. I could play a turn 3 Oracle. Oh, all right. Well, this hand's great. The funny thing is I would definitely trade Ulvenwald Oddity for Exploration in this hand, because this hand kind of has it all. Oh, interesting. I'm just going to do it this way. Turn 1 Currency Converter, and then draw, and then discard Grave Titan, and then turn 2 I can animate the Grave Titan. There is a 1-turn window where killing the Currency Converter leaves the Grave Titan strangled, but he can't cast Leyline Binding this turn, and haven't seen anything else that will get the Currency Converter that quickly. Mana Vault was kind of a nice draw there. Okay. Land, animate dead, Grave Titan. So you can have a Swords to Plowshares or something, and then my Grave Titan still leaves behind a bunch of creatures, plus I got a rogue from the Currency Converter, and then I have Wasteland ready to roll too. Next turn I'm like Wasteland plus use Currency Converter, discarding Oddity, and I can put the Oddity into play with Recurring Nightmare. Also, Wastelanding a Triumph feels really nice. This looks like a Leyline Binding. Oh, Flame Slash plus Fury. Ha! All right. That kills the Grave Titan and one of the tokens. Yeah, unfortunately for Tim... Oh, that's nice too. I've got Recurring Nightmare here, so The fact that he killed the Grave Titan and didn't exile it makes it a lot easier to just do this. And then just still have a Grave Titan in play. And given that his solution was that rough, is he going to play Comet and hope? Oh, One Ring. Sure, One Ring is interesting. I still get to Wasteland the Raugrin Triome here. And I get to attack and make Grave Titan tokens. Pest Infestation doesn't do much. Okay, if this was a questing beast, I could get through the One Ring, though I guess I can't even play that this turn. Destroy Raugrin Triumph. And I'm just gonna... I can't even duress. Let's just wait on the converter. I don't think... that I need to do it right now. What I'm planning to do is Ashen Rider some lands here. But it's going to depend on whether he found the answer to the Grave Titan. He kind of did. I mean, I think post-board, especially once I have a couple disenchants, all of the enchantments that do stuff aren't really that good. All right, well, I also found Entomb, which means I'm going to put a Tolly in the graveyard. Use the converter's ability, draw. Actually, I think I'm just going to... I could attack for 14 with the Ulvenwald Oddity. Oh, I guess against the One Ring, maybe that would have been better, but I kind of want a Recurring Nightmare of the Atali here. It sounds pretty fun. What do we hit? Necromancy and Fiery Confluence. Oh, nice. All right. Snug each opponent, and then let's Necromancy. I don't even think there's anything... Oh, I can get a Fury or Oliphant, but it won't last. The Necromancy will be temporary here. And boom, we got a match. 1 and 2, baby. Let's check in on the team. I think we're getting murdered here. All right, well, we're currently down 2-6. Me and Troll Ascetic, the only people who have won matches so far, but that's okay. I'm going to let my team battle. We're going to call it here. If we make the amazing comeback for the tie, I guess I'll be happy. What went wrong with this deck? Well, I don't actually know, because, like, I think having Duress, Entomb, Animate Dead, Bitter Triumph, Necromancy, Recurring Nightmare, 3 pretty reasonable big creatures in a Vampiric Tutor, and an Inquisition, like, all of these black cards are good. Liliana also fits nicely, so does Converter. I've got 2 pieces of really fast acceleration. Pest Infestation's a good card. Oko and Grist are good cards. The Courser land stuff really wasn't that good, but like Courser Oracle Exploration, but I don't feel like that's what contributed so much. I mean, I guess I drew Exploration a few times. It was bad. That's definitely true. I never got a chance to get Rog. It got killed the one time. I don't know. This deck doesn't seem terrible to me. I guess I went 1 and 2. Lost to 2 pretty good decks in some, I don't know, some close games, some not so close games. And overall, maybe I should have played the Fatal Push, but I don't know. Maybe this package wasn't good. Maybe that was the issue, but I don't know if that would have solved everything. In any case, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you hanging out as I try to expand new frontiers for our Reanimator decks. And as it turns out, Green Black Garbage still lives up to its name. In any case, I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.